Welcome to the channel, guys. I want to talk about If. Now, If is a live action fantasy comedy written, produced, directed by John Krasinski. Yes, Emily Blunt's husband is back, and also Mr. Fantastic. Okay, not really, because we all know how that went, but he is well known for his work on the Quiet Place franchise. He directed the first movie, the second movie, and he acts as an executive producer on the third film. Now, this is a massive departure from what Krasinski is well known for. A family movie featuring ifs. Now you ask yourself, what is ifs? It's obvious. It's imaginary friends. I always think it's a brilliant idea if a director decides to make a risky and bold move in his career so that it doesn't get tied down to a specific genre and people are like, oh, I just want movies with no sound in it. Although If has all the right ingredients that every family movie needs, it's just in a certain department that the movie just falls short. The movie centers around a 12-year-old girl who moves to New York City, the Big Apple, yes, to live with a grandmother. Now, during this move, her dad has also been scheduled for heart surgery, and that's where most of the emotional depth comes from. It's at the same hospital that a tragedy has already struck the family years before. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, so I'm just giving you a quick layout of the plot. Now, while moving to New York and living with a grandmother, she meets Cal. Now, Cal has an ability to see ifs. Ifs are imaginary friends. So this is basically where the whole adventure kicks off. Now, from a narrative standpoint, this is definitely the weakest part of the movie for me personally, and I feel it could have been stronger. Now, look, guys, when it comes to a family movie, you have to find the perfect balance because your audience is split down the middle. I mean, you have parents and you have kids, so the balance needs to be perfect. It needs to resonate with both parties, and if it doesn't, then you lose some of that magic, and that's why the story has to be spot on. The story is great, but I don't think it's strong enough to capture everyone's attention. I just feel like somehow it should have been simplified. Now, most family movies work very well when the story is just simple and the fun and everything happens around that story. If you overcomplicate the plot by adding too much details, the whole thing will just feel very convoluted, and this is what happens, and it's the weakest part of If for me personally. Now, Ryan Reynolds, guys, I absolutely love Ryan Reynolds. Everything he does, I just feel, you get that one actor that just knows how to tickle your funny bone, even if you just see his face, and he has that ability. Now, he's brilliant in this movie, as always. It's actually nice to see him in the setup. He was actually on Netflix a while back with a movie called The Adam Project. So he was brilliant in that, and it just continues this run of actually fitting in well in family movies. But we all know what movie we are actually waiting for that he stars in. But I'm not going that direction. Cailey Fleming, her performance is what anchors the entire movie, and it needed to be a strong performance, and I don't see any flaw in the performance. It was spot on, it was brilliant for what the movie needed, and I can't knock her performance. Now, where the movie truly shines, guys, is in its voice acting. The actors that they managed to get hold of for this movie is absolutely insane. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but if you have time, go look at the voice cast for this particular movie. There is a few surprises in there, and while you watch the movie, you can actually hear, like this sounds like somebody I know. And when you go and you look at the voice cast list, it all makes sense. And getting this group of people together was genius, and that's definitely something that Krasinski nailed. He knew that to bring these characters to life, it had to be convincing, and you need to get people with character, because I mean, you have VFX, CGI characters. They need to have emotional depth. They need to connect with the audience, and the voice acting is super strong in this movie. Another part of the movie that definitely stands out for me has to be the cinematography and the VFX. The movie itself is absolutely gorgeous, and it's difficult to pull off a movie like this. I mean, you have full CGI characters interacting with live action human beings, and somehow it's easy to mess that up, and Krasinski just nailed it. The imaginary friends are beautifully crafted, and at no point while watching the movie did I feel like they felt out of place. It just felt organic, and if that works, it's already a win for the director. And they definitely nailed that part. And it's amazing to see how unique each character is and the design and the thought process that went into that. So when it comes to the look of the movie and the aesthetic, they definitely got that right. On Cartoon Network a few years ago, there was a show called Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends. If you watch that show on Cartoon Network, you will absolutely love this movie. There's so much similarities, and that is what makes the movie so great. I just love that show, and the fact that this just brings a lot of memories back of that show is one of the aspects that I love so much about this movie. Tapping into your childhood by having imaginary friends is a brilliant idea, and I can only imagine that this was a passion project for Krasinski, where it was like, I have kids now, but how can I present something to my kids that will make them smile and be happy? This is definitely how you do it. Ultimately, If is a great family movie that everybody can and will probably enjoy. From my perspective, it just falls short in the story department by overcomplicating things. It looks amazing. The acting is brilliant. The voice acting is stellar. It works very well. It's just in that department that it falls short. And when it comes to a family-orientated movie, the story is the most integral part, because that's how you hit the heartstrings and you find all the right notes when it comes to evoking emotion and telling a thoughtful and meaningful story. So if I could give If a score, I'm definitely giving it a 2.5 out of 5. Yes, guys, I'm giving scores now. Things have changed up. I'm trying something new on the channel. So check it out. I can recommend this movie as a family movie. It's worth a watch. But if you're expecting something Pixar level or just something brilliant, this is not that movie. It just falls short. There's just that one ingredient missing for making it a truly great movie. Please let me know what you guys think. Have you guys watched If? Are you interested in watching If? Have you checked out the trailer? Did you have an imaginary friend? Yes, I know. Crazy. But that's it for me, guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, guys. I'll keep the videos coming. Catch you on the next one. And once again, thank you for watching.